Another fine mess.
Priority message from Starfleet.
On screen, Lieutenant.
We have reports of an undetermined number of Elasi pirate ships in your sector. You are ordered to proceed to the Harlequin star system immediately and investigate. Starfleet out.
We have arrived at Harlequin. Two Elasi ships approaching fact, Captain. I'm also picking up an ion trail from a small ship, probably a scout.
Message from the Elasi captain, sir.
We'll show you what happens to those who come between us and our prey. Prepare to die!
Raising shields. Arming weapons. Target analysis on. Target analysis on.
The ion trail of the scout ship leads to the Harlequin system, Captain.
Picking up the subspace signal, sir. It's very weak.
Patch it through, Lieutenant.
Enterprise? Is that you, Kirk? Friend Kirk, I can't believe they sent you to rescue me.
That sounds like... No, please, say it isn't.
I have a visual signal now, sir.
You come to help me, Kirk. You've got to help me. I have had a terrible misunderstanding with the Elasi traders. Traders! They're out to kill me, Kirk.
Fancy that.
Well, see here, Kirk.
I'm afraid his ship is registered, Captain, and regulations require we respond to his distress signal.
Captain, you came. I'm touched.
Harry, I have to be touched in the head to have anything to do with you. How's your lovely wife, Stella?
That was a dirty trick, Kirk. However, you'll be glad to...
Computer records document that you filed notice that there was no...
Did I say no?
I would say your judgment is never perfect, Harry. Perhaps we should beam over and judge the situation.
That isn't...
Harry, relax. We're old friends. We'll understand if...
Kirk, after all we've been through, you wouldn't shoot me, would you? Kirk, after all we've...
Captain, does this mean that I'm a part of a major archaeological discovery?
You better believe it, Lieutenant.
I don't see why you're complaining about this mud guy. Who knows what advances we could get from all this knowledge?
This is a major archaeological find, Captain. I believe the galaxy may actually have cause to thank Harry Mudd.
You can't be serious, Spock.
It would be nice to think that after all the stunts that Harry has pulled, that he would do something right for a change.
Databanks erased.
It appears our good friend Harry Mudd has crashed the main computers. I doubt if it was a very easy thing to manage.
Spock, we're talking about Harry Mudd. He was probably trying to download it so he could sell it to the highest bidder.
And instead, he wiped the memory. That knowledge was priceless.
At least our life support system isn't dependent on the alien computer.
I believe, Captain, that the basic functions of the ship remain even now. This is the library module. The art, history, and cultural memory of the aliens are gone, but the mechanical necessities of sickbay, engineering, and sensors continue to work.
But their essence, their souls, are gone, Spock.
Illogical, Captain. This race has been extinct for millennia.
Why, Captain, I see you got this machine to work. I tried to get it up and running for the longest time.
Get away from that this instant, Harry, or I'll shoot you where you stand.
Whatever you say, Captain. Oops!
Mudd, do you know what you just did? That knowledge was priceless, and you've just destroyed it forever.
Jim, you should relax a little more. Mr. Scott would have to go over this thoroughly, but I would recommend we try to take this weapon with us to the Enterprise.
I don't think we should tinker with technology we don't understand, Spock, and I'm surprised you'd suggest such a thing.
Why, Captain!
Jim, that doesn't look good at all. Harry, let me take a look at you and check whether that had some deleterious effect.
No, you're all space aliens. You're little gray men from
Deleterious effects. I guess I don't even need my tricorder to know that.
You'll mind control me, kidnap my children, dissect my dog.
If we can get him on one of the beds and get it active, I think he can be cured. Otherwise, he's likely to become increasingly violent.
Stay away from me!
I don't think the phaser will have the usual effect, Captain. We'll have to think of something else.
Yaha! I feel faster, smarter, strong enough to know you for what you really are.
All yours now, Dr. McCoy.
Scotty, report.
The Alassi pirates have been driven off, Captain. We have damage and injuries among the crew. We just arrived back here a few minutes ago, and we've been trying to raise you on the communicators.
The local star seems to be acting up. Will there be a problem with the transporter?
We can do it, Captain, no problem. At least right now, but the situation is only going to get worse. Are you ready to beam over now?
Yes, bring us home, Mr. Scott.
We have read your report on the problems at Harapan and evaluate your performance at 33%. You and your crew received 0 commendation points. I'll be frank, Kirk. Starfleet expects more of you than that. Try to do better on your next assignment.
I'd like to strap Mud to a photon torpedo, Bones.
While you were away, Captain, I made some travel arrangements that I thought you would approve of.
Travel arrangements?
I think you'll be happy to know that I've arranged for Stella Mudd to meet her long-lost husband on Starbase 7, sir.
Approved, Lieutenant. Take us out of here, Mr. Saru.
Feathered Serpent.
Captain's log, stardate 5097.3. Captain's log.
Captain, a Klingon battle cruiser has entered the system.
Open hailing frequencies. This is Captain James T. Kirk of the USS Enterprise. Klingon battle cruiser, you are in Federation space. You must leave immediately.
I am Commander Taras of the Nizra. We are in pursuit of a genocidal criminal. We are performing an act of mercy in removing him from your space. Naturally, you will remove your vessel from this system. For your own safety, of course.
Who do you think you're trying to fool, Taraz? Get your ship out of here now.
You interfere in a just cause. You respond to a cry for justice with arrogance? Now you shall see how Klingons deal with their enemies!
The Nizra has fired up its weapons.
Raising shields.
Arming weapons. Our weapons are offline! Our weapons are offline!
The has been destroyed. Load a previously saved game.
I think we can take care of ourselves, Taraz, which is more than I can say for you, if the Nizra does not leave Federation space at once.
You interfere in a just cause. You respond to a cry for justice with arrogance? Now you shall see how Klingons deal with their enemies!
Captain, the Nizra has fired up his weapons.
Raising shields.
Arming weapons. Our weapons are offline! Our weapons are offline!
Orders are to proceed to the Digival system.
Unable to comply, Captain. We're under attack.
The shields are falling! Our weapons are offline!
The Enterprise has been destroyed.
You are in direct violation of the Organian treaty, mister. If you have a problem...
If we are not allowed to capture this criminal, Captain, you may do this for us. We insist that we remain here to monitor the situation, but we will take no action, provided that you can bring him to us in 12 hours.
Agreed. Vessels of war are not allowed in Federation space. You will pull back to the Organian neutral zone, and do so immediately. Agreed. Vessels of war are not allowed...
You interfere in a just cause,
Captain, the Nizra has... Captain, a Klingon...
Open-handed...
I am Commander...
I think we can take care of ourselves. You are in direct violation...
If we are not...
Agreed.
Entering standard orbit.
Assemble a landing party. Unless we find this so-called criminal, we're going to war.
The humanoid's adornments appear similar to those worn by leaders of Earth's early 20th century inhabitants of the South American continent.
What do you know about Earth culture? He looks like an ancient Aztec. Jim, that man is dressed in ancient Aztec clothing.
I believe you are mistaken, Doctor. His clothing bears a distinct resemblance to fashions of a much later period.
You dare fire at a god?
We're not your children, and we don't appreciate this wild goose chase you forced us into.
Who are you? I know you come from Terrasol, but you are not of my people. What goes on here?
And listen, the Klingons are ripping colonies apart to find you, so stop this nonsense. This is serious.
No, you must be lying. They could not be raiding if they are looking for me. Violence was not the message of any of my missions. I, Quetzalcoatl, preach universal brotherhood and peace.
Quetzalcoatl? How fitting you would name yourself after one of the most bloody-handed gods in Earth's history.
Bloody-handed? My people love peace.
Ha! You mean your followers love pieces? They slaughtered other believers hoping you'd return.
Foul, lying creatures! My gift was wasted upon you! Be gone! I am Quetzalcoatl. I elevated a civilization on your world from barbarism to sentience. You are a perversion of that process. Be gone. Clearly are not the inheritors of the noble Aztec world. What you have said has greatly disturbed me. You should not lie so. You shall remain here until you have learned the error of angering Quetzalcoatl.
What on earth are you doing with that slithering thing?
A fascinating specimen, Captain, but I would be careful handling it. From the looks of it, it may have a nasty bite.
We wouldn't want to bleed all over Dr. McCoy now, would we?
Especially that green Vulcan blood. The last thing I need is a pint of T-negative blood all over my uniform.
That's something of a runt, Captain. You should have seen this Rigelian python that Cadet Tyrelli put in the shower at the Academy. 20 meters long. All right, we're on our way.
I am Tolokzak, priest of Quetzalcoatl. Only one who knows his ways may approach his holy ground.
All right, time for some action. Let me show you how we did it at the Academy. Captain, do you realize how big this guy is?
Captain, I do not think that I can defeat him in personal combat.
What about your famous nerve pinch?
It is unlikely to work on a man of that size, Doctor.
Damn, he noticed.
Indeed, you know the ways of Quetzalcoatl, but only a man of courage, one who will shed blood, will pass.
Well, there is a doctor here, so I guess it's all right. They never told me I'd be doing this at the Academy.
You are truly a noble man, unlike the coward who is not capable of shedding his own blood. You may pass, but beware the man in the golden robe. He may lead you to your death. Use this knife to defend yourself.
Get that thing away from me.
I'll give it a try, Captain.
Anyone for a campfire?
He doesn't seem to be in a talkative mood right now.
I watched as you worked through the problems I set in your path. You are a valiant, intelligent species. I was particularly impressed by the sacrifice made by Lieutenant Stragi. Of course, I gave him back his life. He is now safely aboard your vessel. Please sit down. We have much to discuss.
I've had it up to here, with so-called superior beings terrorizing my crew because we're so primitive. Maybe you should see how primitive you are before you go around testing others.
I was not aware you had been tested before. My apologies. You are clearly not the liars I thought you to be. Were you telling me the truth about my disciples? That they became ruthless savages?
The Federation is not in the business of lying, mister.
Your harshness is unwarranted, but I sense truth in this. Perhaps this is what happened to my children on the Klingon world of Rakur, which would explain why they are searching for me. I have clearly abused the power that was given me long ago.
You show great wisdom, sir, but your statement implies that you wish to change your condition.
Indeed. If my mission of peace was overthrown, then I am no longer worthy of my power. Tell me, has your species made progress in the medical arts?
We're a technologically advanced starfaring race. What do you think? That we wouldn't have made progress in medicine?
Of course, how foolish of me. Still, there are cultures where medical knowledge is considered a sign of weakness. Warrior cultures where nothing matters but physical strength. Survival of the foolish. At the top of my spine is a gland not found in your species. This is the seat of my power. I wish you to remove it, thereby making me immortal.
Jim, I'll try, but the physiology is completely alien.
You've got to do it, Bones. If the Klingons realize he's no longer a threat to them, perhaps we can avoid a war. Scotty, 4 to beam up.
Captain, 3 Klingon heavy battle cruisers have just entered the system. Admiral Kenka is hailing us, sir.
Federation starship, this is Admiral Blickpinker of the Clearter. You harbor a criminal who has caused the destruction of the entire population of Rakor. We are not prepared to negotiate. You will proceed to Rakor, where a court of Klingon justice will be convened. If you refuse, we shall destroy you.
Since when do Klingons give orders to Federation officers, Admiral? I realize it's difficult for a Klingon, but don't be a fool.
Captain, the weapons systems on all 3 cruisers have become active.
Interplay has been destroyed. Load a previously saved game.
I said, oh my. He had it on tape, and that's all he needed. So whether I'm there or not, when someone says something outrageous, he has a button and he presses it, and my voice comes on. Oh my.